Flashback.
No. It was a lady
it wasn't.
who was talking about she wouldn't date a bus driver. And this got her a lot of airplay. She was on shows.
Yeah, she was on shows.
Her name is gonna come to me in a second. But she made, what is her name? Ebony K. Williams said she wouldn't date a bus driver, but just had a baby artificially inseminated in that blew out monkey.
Would you date a bus driver? You? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise.
This is the definition of insanity, ladies and gentlemen. The brother who passed, the day was happy he passed, said this. Can't make this if you want to. Hit said she won't date a bus driver, but had to have a baby artificially put in a. What the is wrong with this? That is insanity if you ever saw it.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Successful women are gonna have a hard time because some men think we don't need you. I need you. I need you. You can work at the gas station and I need you. Why? Because I know I'm gonna get honey buns, I'm gonna get barbecue chips, and a full tank of gas.
I was ready
and
to
then,
say,
and then I'm gonna
gas.
motivate you to buy the gas station you work in.
Women have been duped. That whole feminism movement ruined everything, where women were made to believe that we don't need a man, get to the bag. I saw a study the other day that said women prefer their dogs to a man. Women would rather have a dog than a man. And I get it in some aspects because it's like, it loves me unconditionally. It's gonna be there and give me attention. It's gonna cuddle me at night. Okay. Okay. I love that for you. And also, no, we need men. Men are important. I need my man, my husband, my father to my children, or the father to his children, and I'm a bonus mommy, whatever that looks like. I just feel like there are things that a man can bring out of a woman. And I think it's only a woman that does not have the desire to grow, that does not have the desire to selflessly trust, that doesn't want a man.
Man, I feel lied to by the culture. But I'm gonna take full responsibility there, man. I fell for it. I fell for the boss, the like, I could do everything by myself, that hyper independent bull.
And then I'm gonna motivate you to buy more gas stations.
That's right.
If that's what you want to do. Now, if you cool working at the gas station, I'll make sure your shirt is fresh and ironed. Nate, because your real name is Nathaniel. I'm gonna make sure, but I always say Nate. I'll make sure your shirt is ready. Give me some sugar. Now go work at the gas station. I'm gonna scoop around, get me a tank of gas. I need that 91 octane, baby.
There you go.
And I'll see you later.
The right man is not the man that's cute. The right man is not the man that got money. The right man is the man that got the Spirit of God in him. Listen, without God's Spirit, a man is of no value.
And then if I can encourage you to, you work at the gas station, now do you want to own a gas station? And we're going to chop up together, put our money up, and get the gas station. Now we don't own one gas station, it's doing good. Do you want to own 3 gas stations? See, I want to be that woman to a man.
Would you invest money?
I will invest money and time in a relationship. You know, people say, well, you're a sugar mama. No, I'm investing in a relationship, because sometimes some men think all we want is what they got. How about we stack our money together?
If I'm paying, then who's saving? If I'm paying everything, because you can't pay everything and save. But if we both pay half, we both can save and put up. Because I'm sure you got some family that you want to help too. You got some things that you like to do. So if I'm paying it all, you don't ever pay nothing?
And thus we have the root of all evil. And it's not just money, it's the attitude that money will solve every issue and every problem. The more money you have, the more problems you have. More money, more problems. We've heard it all before. But let's really get down and get granular about the situation. You see, a lot of people, they just want it all. They want 100% of everything right instantly on top. They don't want to add to the situation. But the funny part is, every successful family model has people playing their roles. But you cannot sit here and take all of the resources in and give nothing out and expect for the family unit that you are a part of to be prosperous. This is called the fallacy of having it all. And feminism has done a great job of lying to you ladies, perpetuating this fallacy to the forefront with impeccable marketing, fooling some folks into thinking that they can have it all, or even worse, do it all by themselves.
Listen, it's an impossibility that you can have everything.
You know, and the feminist movement screwed women over in a lot of ways, where it was like, okay, you can have it all, and which is just not true. And what ended up happening was the women felt overworked. I mean, it was one or the other. Either the women didn't end up having families at all, right? And they were just like, no families whatsoever. And then they told women, you have to have it all and you'll be fulfilled. And those women were like, bullshit. I'm just stressed. That's all it is. I'm doing all of the house cleaning. I'm doing all of the child rearing, and I'm completely stressed. And I'm working and earning all the money. So I'm just totally and completely stressed.
So the bottom line is that it's not money. It's not money that makes you the head of household. It's utility. It's the ability to ease, to bring comfort, to work together as a unit. A lot of these modern ladies don't understand that. They walk by the good guy, the garbage man, the gentleman who's doing that blue-collar job. These ladies are looking for that Birkin bag, having breakdowns when they're getting approved for something that they don't even really need. Something that's made in China, slapped a made in Italy tag on it, and you are falling for the marketing, getting ripped off 7 ways to Sundays. And this is where we are today.
I wouldn't want a man to break the bank trying to impress me, because you can't do it every day. Now, if you got it, you ain't got to do it either. Keep it. I need you to keep it. What if you spending all your money trying to get some, and when I ask you, hey, nigga, let me hold 500. I ain't got it. As women, we so used to being the man and the woman in our relationship that we don't know how to fall back and just be the woman. There you go. And I know how to make a sandwich. You want cheese on your sandwich? What you need? I know what to do. I want to pick up the dry cleaning. I want to do what I saw my mama who raised me and who was married to my father. I want to do what they're doing. I want to be the wife.
But with God's Spirit in a man, he becomes to the woman that which the originator intended him to be. Now, when you sisters fall in love with a man like that, you desire to have a child for that man. You don't want just to be there for him when he comes home. You want to have him again.
Are you okay being the breadwinner in a relationship?
I'm not the breadwinner in the relationship. You mean any man I'm with?
Yeah.
I'm not the breadwinner in a relationship.
But would you be okay if you were?
I'm not. There's no man I know, from you or he got a regular job. He work at a warehouse. He is the head of the household. He is the breadwinner.
Polite savages.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
Ladies and gentlemen of Polite Savages, what happens when you stop falling for the marketing, when the blinders are lifted from your eyes and you start understanding the way that things really are? When you understand that money does not make the man, but the utility that a man brings to the situation makes the man. And a lot of these ladies, they think they're the boss babes, having everything in the world that they want and could ever have, but don't understand that that boss babe life gets very lonely at the end. On a long enough timeline, everybody will experience some loneliness, but to choose this path, to run down this path, to put yourself in this path, to ignore the good people around you just to have what you think you wanted, can lead to nothing, absolutely nothing, but destruction of your soul, peace, and happiness. As always, we can only guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. And sometimes the truth is a bitter, bitter pill. You got to shut up and take your medicine. Sometimes you fell for the marketing and you didn't understand that you spent your entire life chasing a dream that you didn't really want. And when you got the dream, you had to look around and say, hey, why am I here? I'm all by myself. I'm lonely. Where's my family? Well, ma'am, you chose. And just like everybody who makes that choice, you got to live with that choice. So there's nothing left to do but get on up into it. Let's go. So this must be said, ladies, you must pick a side. Either money is your leader or not. Either money is the deciding factor in whether you submit or not. Are you submitting to a man's character, to his ability to lead? Or are you submitting simply to his ability to make a buck, to bring in that dollar? Because it seems like you want somebody to do absolutely everything. Out here looking for Superman. He's flying around the world looking just for you. And the man who can do it all, guess what? He's not into you. A lot of ladies don't understand that the laws of averages says that that perfect guy does not think that you are perfect. That 1% man does not think that you are the 1%. So you better get in where you fit in, you dig?
Would a 50-50 man for you disqualify?
Absolutely.
Disqualify? What if he... Okay.
Like, I haven't met him. I wouldn't even have met that man. A man that wants to be like half and half had never met me. I didn't meet him. He wasn't even in my room. I never met a man like that.
Money makes me your leader. Period, point blank. If I give you money in exchange for services, it don't have to be sex. It don't have to be sex. It could just be things I need to get done. That makes me your leader in a certain situation. So I think a lot of times people they don't like to be in a position where they feel like somebody is dominant over them, because they have a misconception of what leadership is. It's like, if you need somebody for anything, you know, that's just a human condition. So if you need somebody, or you see somebody else dealing with somebody because they need them, because your ego tells you that's not right, doesn't mean that it's wrong. You know what I mean?
Let's get back to the points that the good sister Sheryl Underwood made during her Breakfast Club interview. Let's really understand. Let's break it down. What she's saying is that she's willing to cooperate with somebody for the greater good of her life, her community, and her family. A lot of folks nowadays just refuse to do this. As we showed earlier, a lot of these ladies, they refuse to go anything even close to 50-50. But this wise woman's point of view is that it doesn't make a difference the money he makes. He's still the head of the household.
I will chip in as he see fit because he's the head. Now, this is the way I was raised. A lot of women not going to agree with me.
No, they ain't going to agree with that, Sheryl.
I'm cool if you don't, but...
They're about to tear you up, Sheryl. Let me see.
Tear me up, because here's the thing. Even if I make more money, it doesn't make me the breadwinner.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't make me the breadwinner. It makes me the baby. What you say you want to do what? Or what you want for Christmas? You want a pony? Okay, nigga. I got you.
Sheryl, you know, like...
What?
The breadwinner, you know, normally that person has the larger voice in the relationship.
He's a man. He's going to have, this is what I believe.
But when you got the money, you making the money.
No, this is what I believe.
Okay.
I believe I am advice and concurrence.
But the modern women, they're different. They don't want to pay anything. And if they are paying for something, that is to pay for their luxurious lifestyle, that you are to assist in the funding of that. And if you cannot fund that, then they don't want anything to do with you, because you cannot indeed fund that lifestyle that they believe that they deserve. Even though they're not a 1% lady, they couldn't earn this on their own. Have never seen this type of money. What they're living in is a fantasy. Beautiful lies have been told to these ladies over and over again that they must in fact have everything and have it all. And then they're the ones who do have it, the boss babes, the lady who sacrificed everything, thinking that she had all the time in the world, that she could push her family to the back end, that she can get that fertility treatment and have them kids at a later age, because so many ladies are doing it. Although the success rate is 20%, only 20% for the first time out. So it's going to take a lot of money and a lot of patience.
Man, I feel lied to by the culture. But I'm gonna take full responsibility there, man. I fell for it. I fell for the boss, I could do everything by myself, that hyper independent bull. And I'm 31 now, and I still don't have kids. I still don't have a family.
But unfortunately, these messages will not get through, because these ladies still believe that they can have it all. Not only can they have it all, but it's not even a task for them to have it all, and it takes absolutely no effort from them. They came here good enough. They are beautiful no matter what they say. You have 300-pound ladies, full backs, full big backs, full linebackers, pulling guards, telling a man, hey, you are not good enough for me. You got big backs telling big backs that that big back is a big back. Make it make sense. Because the truth of the day is that there are a few women who have the mentality that they are here to build with you and help you establish a thriving family unit, especially if it means they have to have skin in the game in a form of labor, sweat equity, and, Lord forbid, money. Because someone told them that they are way too good to struggle in love.
The facts of the matter are that the vast majority of people here, especially black people, would be smart to go 50-50 with each other. Because half the men and over half the women make $50,000 or less. You know what I'm saying? And for black people, us, when you look at where we sit as far as household income, we are dead last because most of us are by ourselves, right? And with over half of the men and half of the women making just $50,000, it makes our household income the lowest. Whereas other people also don't have all of this money, but what they are doing is they are getting together and saying, okay, you can only do half, I can only do half, let's put that 50 together, now it's $100,000 home.
Me and my sister had a conversation with my dad about a week ago. We were just talking about dating in today's world, and we brought up the conversation about 50-50. My dad had the most confused and disgusted look on his face when we started talking about that. He said, wait, so you're telling me that people are saying they want to be married, but they don't want to have to work alongside their partner to help take care of the same household that they live in, and that men are using that as a way to dominate over women, and women are using it as a way to basically be tricked off on by men, and it's destroying the dating pool because whenever a new man or a new woman even think about talking to each other, they have to have this tension about what their expectations are for a man and a woman in a relationship, and they barely even getting to know each other. And if they're not showing the characteristics for somebody who's not even their husband or their wife, then they're not good enough. And this person ain't a man, or this person ain't a real woman. My dad said that's just disgusting. Yeah. That doesn't even make sense. Do people not know what a real marriage and how it works? And I said, no, they don't. And I said, Pops, you got to remember, me and my sister, we grew up seeing y'all. Yeah. We grew up seeing you working and being the breadwinner for a long period of time. And then and my mom not being the breadwinner, but y'all working together as a team. And then we experienced you losing your job and my mom having to be the breadwinner, and how y'all still worked as a team.
Thank you for watching the TIP Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom. We're out.
We found true happiness.